Welcome associates, gather on the stand. This trial's a circus, but I've got a plan. Not a grifter, still worse than Dan. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK and a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? Me be the diva, she's running the show. Chief opponent that, yeah, everybody knows. Fact or fact, well, nobody knows. What the coin echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK and a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? What the coin echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle.
I was sleeping.
I was not sleeping. I promise you, yesterday I was not sleeping. How are you guys?
Okay.
Happy.
I think I'm
happy
done
Monday.
laughing. I was like, wait, it's coming. And I just like kept my mic muted.
Also, Gabby sent me some info. I think it's the dude. Darrell, I was pulling for you, buddy. He's not an accountant.
Nope.
It looks like he was arrested in 2025. Disappointing.
Yeah.
But he should have been sleeping. Not out getting in trouble. That's all I can say.
He should have. He should have taken a nap.
Like, that would have worked out better for you. Like, just go to sleep. Just lay down. It's fine.
Lullaby and good night.
Ah, Christine, you are my first hello of the day. Hello. I know you'll probably pop in later, so I'll say hello to you again then. What's up, Miss Chloe? Happy Tuesday, Flash Fan.
Flash fan, that's just crude.
Just wrong.
I was like, is it Friday? I had to look at the
No.
top of my
I had to make sure it was.
computer.
I had to make sure it wasn't Monday. What's up, Puddletown? Michelle Tugboat. Golly. Whew. All right. Hello, Heidel. Taco salad. It is Taco Tuesday. Right, Bad Dazzer? How you doing, Bad Dazzer?
It's Rosebud Tuesday for Bad
Ooh.
Dazzer.
Nice. Good one. What's up, Snipe?
Shake it, AJ. Shake. Come on, AJ. Shake
I
it.
will not. Hello, Ash. AJ, was it tracks? Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, it
Possession.
was. I was so disappointed. I was like, dang it.
That was one of the only things that I could find about him.
That was my response to Gabby, too, was, dang it, Darrell.
I know.
Why? Why? We were pulling for you, buddy. No, that's on 420. Also Carmen's birthday.
I was just going to say Carmen's birthday.
Also Carmen's birthday. It was drugs.
It was drugs.
Like I said, he should have been sleeping.
Maybe if
So
he took the pot at his house,
he would have been
would have
sleeping.
he would have been munching on chips and just passed out, took a nap, and none of this would have happened.
Fine. He would have just woke up with some tortilla chips on his chest and been like, all right, but I'm not in jail.
Velveeta cheese on his lap. Who knows? You know, it would have
Like,
been fine.
who knows? Like,
It would have been,
you know, I
home.
mean, he would have been home. He could have been studying. He should have been studying.
That's right.
Flat Tire Tuesday? Nope. Thank heavens. So, I will probably, this will probably be a little ASMR too, because it's in a plastic bag, but it's not drugs.
Nice.
Because it's
What
sticky,
is it?
because it was in my tire. But
What?
this is what they gave me.
What the heck is that?
This was completely in
Is
my
that a
tire.
farmer's pipe? What is that?
It is,
Is that an Amish pipe?
it is no kind of paraphernalia of any sort. It is a pin, like for a trailer, like for the hitch.
Ah, yeah.
Because you will love where I was at when this happened.
Oh, God.
Hello, did you think I was getting a treat? I was not.
Oh. Hi.
I was driving by Menards.
Menards! I want a Menards so bad here.
And thanks. It's very
You know what? That was awesome.
that was great. Thanks. It's kind of a busy little intersection there. It's a 2-lane road, 1 lane each direction, and then you've got Menards, and then across the street's like a Goodwill. You got oil change place, and then it's a corner. Like, it's just a busy place. So you're trying to kind of watch everywhere, which is what I was doing. And when I looked back over, I saw this black. I looked like a cap or a ball. Like, it wasn't very big at all.
Yeah.
And I couldn't avoid it without, wrecking into somebody. And I hit it. But only thing I can figure is when I hit it with my front tire is it flung it into my back tire.
Oh.
Because as I was driving, I could hear it. Like you have a tack in your shoe. I could hear click, click. And I was like, son of a... And then something like fell off and went rolling. I'm like, what in the world was that?
Yeah.
But I knew it was bad. I knew it was bad. I was heading to Walmart to pick up my grocery order. So I went over there. I picked up my order and my tire sensor went off. I'm like, okay. So I got out of my car because I'm like, that's really like, I have enough to get home. But I went and got out of my car and I went over to the passengers. It was a passenger back tire. And you know how, like, if you cut yourself with a knife, but not straight, but like you kind of like you have a flap of skin to be gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how my tire.
Little eyes, and then you make it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It had a flap. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. So
it was flapping in the wind.
Oh, it was the air was. This thing was not visible at all.
Huge. That is huge.
And so it was all the way in there. That's why it was like sticky.
That's what she said.
They didn't buy it dinner. It didn't buy my tire dinner first. It just did what it wanted. Whatever.
That's kind of
rude. Because my tires are like the dry flat, so you can drive for 50 miles or whatever it is. Well, not on that.
Oh, yeah.
Not when the air is just like literally flying out of it.
AJ gets out of her car, she goes around, and she's like, how the heck did a jousting rod get stuck in there?
Where's the knight?
Yeah. The knight's just dragging behind her.
Oh my gosh. So I have all my groceries in my car. I drive over to the tire place, which is, fortunately, it's just right back across the street from Walmart. And I said, I need to get my tire fixed. And he's like, okay, we'll take a look at it. I need your keys. And I said, well, I'm waiting on my son to get here because I've got a car full of groceries. And he said, okay, like just bring it in when you, after he gets here. So I'm sitting there. I mean, by the time that he got there, my tire was completely flat. So I would not have made it home. So then I walk back in. Of course, it's a different guy now, right?
Yeah.
And you guys, So I walk back in and I go to give him my keys and he goes, well, did you get a warranty? And I said, no, I haven't had the car that long. Like I've only had it since November. I didn't like it didn't come with a tire warranty when I bought it.
Yeah.
Just like no was what I want. And Brandon's with me and he goes, I thought he kind of got a little bit of an attitude there. And I said, so did I. And I was kind of over it because I'm just like, I don't even want to leave my car in your parking lot. Like, I don't like it here. It should be home with me. Like, I don't want it in your. And Brandon's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm just like, Brandon, I don't know. I don't know. Like, if it had been my other car, it would have been like, leave it. It's been to Minneapolis a lot. It has seen some things. It's fine. It's like, this one's like a little child. And I'm just like, it's not experienced. It doesn't know what to do at night. Like, it needs to be with me. like, it's innocent. I don't, don't touch it. Don't take its innocence away. So they walk out.
Steam some things. That's
I mean, it did, and it almost froze to death in Minneapolis. Like that car went through some stuff.
Oh my God.
And so they walk out. So it's me, Brandon, and the first guy, and then the second guy all come out to look at my tire. I'm just like, and they're like, yeah, that's shot. And I said, yeah, I know. And I was waiting for them to be like, well, it's all-wheel drive. You got to replace all four. And I would have fought them. I would have went rounds because those tires only have 3,500 miles on them. No.
Yeah.
They don't all have to be replaced. So they never even brought that up. But he's like,
and then put the new one on the front.
he's like, well, do you want? So we go back in. He's like, so do you want the tire to like? Do you want the same brand? I'm like, yes.
No, I want a wooden one just cause, want to
yeah, I'm like
a little bit.
Yeah, I want the same brand that's on there. I want them to match. And he's like, okay. And then he told me the price and I was like, okay. Like, excuse me, I'm going to have to go stand on the corner to earn some money to pay for the tire because holy shit, like that's for one, right? Like,
yeah.
I just want one. And he's like,
crazy.
I'll even like take some off for you so then we can put and add the warranty on. And I'm like, okay. He goes, we might get it tomorrow, which was Saturday, but probably not. I'm like, all right.
Awesome. Love it.
And Brandon's like, what is wrong with you? And I said, Brandon, he goes, it's a tire shop. Like, there's all kinds of cars sitting around here. And I said, yeah, but look where I parked. I parked away because I parked under a tree. So I was in the shade to try to save my groceries while I waited for you to get here. And then now I'm not parked up with the other cars. I'm parked out by myself. It's like this bright red car. It's like, hey, I'm new in here.
Yeah.
Like, what do I need to do? Because I've never been out all night by myself before. So that's how I felt. Like my car.
My bad. It's like, yeah, that's like New Bedford. You drive your car to New Bedford. They'll steal all four of your tires broad daylight, leave your car on cinder blocks, and just peace out. They don't even care.
Yep. Ben's like, it has a flat tire. What are they going to do with it? I'm like, I don't know. Put a different one on and drive away. Like,
sell the rim.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm doing nothing. I am like, I know it doesn't sound like it, but I generally baby that thing, except that time. It has.
Oh, Jesus. Bad hazard. Lord.
Puddletown, my husband and I were talking on the way there yesterday because I told the guy that I didn't have a Valley Girl inflection when I was talking to him. Let me tell you, I was over it. I had to go to Bloomington And that was bad enough. I did my
Oh
whole trip
no.
backwards that day. Had I gone and did it the way that I usually do, I wouldn't have been on that side of the road. But I had
Okay.
2 other stops I needed to make.
Oh,
So I did it in reverse.
that's the name of the town. I was like, what's the town that like when we first started calling each other, you were telling me a story about Spencer, and I was like, and at the end of your story, I was like, who the hell is Spencer? And you're like, no, that's the town. And I was like, oh, I was like,
Yes.
so you did go to Spencer then, huh?
Yes.
That was a
What's up?
funny story though.
But so I don't know. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, so my husband and I told the guy, because my husband was really busy yesterday, and that was the other thing that was kind of like I was trying to manage time of when I thought he was going to get home, when I was going to be able to eat dinner, drive all the way to Bloomington, drive all the way back. I knew it was going to be horrible traffic, not your traffic that we were just talking about, but my traffic. And then, like, this is not going to work. And they hadn't even called me uh, about my tire. Um, so I told the guy, I called them and I asked, did the tire at least arrive? And he
Hmm.
said, yeah, got here about 15 minutes ago. So it's like 2:30. I said, okay. He said, 2 cars in front of you. Okay. Call you in a little while. I knew that meant it's going to be a couple of hours at least.
Yeah.
So I said, please call me. And I said, let me give you my number. And he goes, no, there's 2 numbers on the account. And he read them off. And I said, that one's mine. Okay. Got it. We'll call you. Perfect. Thank you. My husband's phone rings because I was in the kitchen, I guess where I belong. And I hear my husband's phone ring and I hear him talking. I'm like, they called him. They called him.
Never be.
I was like, all right. And so he comes in. He's like, your car's
All
ready.
right, I see how it is. Fine.
I said, I asked him to call me, but that's okay because what do I know? I'm just a dumb woman, right? I don't know anything. He goes, oh yeah, they told me that they saved the huge piece of metal you ran over so I could see it. I said, I'm sure they did. I am sure they did. And hey, Christine. So we're driving there, and I said, if you would have walked in and you hit that, and that was you that hit that piece of metal, they'd been like, man, there was no way that you could have avoided this. Like, we're just so sorry. But me, they're going to walk in and be like, to my husband, be like, I'm so sorry. Like, she sucks, women drivers. Like, right? Like, I
Well,
was
Mr.
just,
Gabby doesn't know anything about cars. And when I get in his car and drive it, I'm like, how long has it been making that noise? He's like, what noise? I'm like, what do you mean, what noise? I'm like, why is your tire doing this wobbling thing? He's like, what wobbling thing? I was like, did you hit a curb? He's like, probably. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Complete opposite. He has no idea.
well, most men, when you say, can you hear that noise? They always say, what noise? So that's
Yeah,
pretty,
no,
that's typical.
no, he has
It was
nothing to
very
do with me.
sexist, right?
He's just like, yeah, I go fishing. Okay, that's what I know.
Yeah. If my lure makes a noise, I will hear that.
Yeah, but I get in
them
it and I'm like, your car should not be sounding like that. Sorry.
Oh no, they did not. I put this in a clear plastic bag. They had it wrapped in one of those brown paper towels like you get at school in the
Dispenser, the
yeah.
ball dispenser.
And it's all stuck on here.
Why?
I guess that's what they had.
No, but why is the thing sticky? Like that's what
It
I
is
want.
so sticky because it was in my tire. I don't know what's in it.
Oh, you
'Cause
know
I
what?
don't-
It probably has that spray stuff to try to fix the flat, so you can drive that extra whatever miles to get to where you need to get. I bet
Yeah,
you that's
probably.
that stuff that
I don't
makes
know. It is like
Yeah.
it is super sticky. Exactly, whoever. That's right. But not with one of these. Like they earned their flats.
Yeah.
I'm aware. I was raised my brother and my dad restored cars as I was growing up. I like, there's things that I'm aware of and I'm careful of. So it's like, I don't know. When I walk into a place, I'm like, please don't. I'm not going to sit here and talk engine parts with you because I don't know that part about it, but I know the basics. Thanks, Frank. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's $522 worth of repairs. You weren't that far off. You weren't that far off. That's why. Then we're driving over there, and my husband's like, well, I guess we won't be able to do this now, or we won't be able to. I'm like, shut up. Go F yourself. Hey, watch it. What's up, Sarah? So, yeah. That was my exciting weekend. I didn't have my husband offered to leave his car and take his truck yesterday. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I just want my car back. I just want it back home. Like, I don't know.
Well, that's why I hate when Mr. Gabby's car has to go into the shop, because he always tries to take my car and I never want it. No one drives my car but me.
That's me.
And
like,
even if we
go just how I want it.
Yeah, and even if we go somewhere together, I drive.
That's not me.
But
we take his car.
No.
So he can drive his own car and he can have it the way he wants it. I have my car. I have my stuff the way I want it. Don't touch it.
Well, Mr. Gabby's car is a hot mess. It's got his boat in the back of it. There's all kinds of jingling things with all his fishing lures. 18 fishing rods in there. 3 fishing boxes.
Busy.
Kinds of trash. There's too much. It gives me anxiety looking in his car. I'm like, oh my God, that's terrible. How do you live like that?
Well, mine has a car seat, which then I had to remind Brandon, like, I don't have a car seat, so I can't do anything with Madison at all this weekend without you taking us, because you're the only one with the car seat and Bree's at work. My car seat is in Bloomington, I hope, still. I was like, they won't be there on Sunday. What if they get there on Monday and my car's not there? Will they even notice that it's not there? Will they think I came and got it? Like, will they call me and ask me? He's just like, stop.
That's funny.
I mean, it was just weird. I don't
know.
Oh, you're clicking on that. I was clicking on that.
My car does not have a booster seat, but it is pushed up fairly close. Like, if my husband were to try to get into my seat, he would probably bang his knees on the dashboard.
Yeah. That's like, whoops, sorry. When Carmen drove Brandon's truck and she didn't scoot the seat back. Carmen is taller than me, but she sits closer than I do to the steering wheel. I don't know. And then she drives gangsta because she's got her seat all reclined. I'm like, are you taking a nap while you're driving? Like, what's happening over here? Are you like posted up on one elbow? Because I cannot sit how you sit.
Yeah.
And also, you sit closer to the steering wheel than I do. You're taller than I am. But Brandon went to get in his truck one day and he didn't think about it. He just goes to hop in there and hits the steering wheel and falls back out because Carmen didn't put the seat back. And he was so mad. But when he was telling the story, I laughed so hard. I'm like, I wish I would have seen that.
Yeah, she told me that story a while ago and I was laughing so hard. Because that happened to Caleb. I took his car late at night to go get gas. He was sleeping. He asked me to get him gas because he had to wake up super early in the morning. He had a big tattoo to do. So I was like, yeah, I'll get you gas. I was still up. Went out, got him gas, came back in the driveway, forgot to push the seat back. Got out, shut the door, came back in the house. He woke up early to leave for work. All of a sudden I hear, ow! I go running into the garage. I'm like, what happened? He's like, my kneecap. I'm like, my bad.
I, I, don't- I can't help it. It's just like I feel bad for them because we get in the car if they've been driving, if and they haven't put the seat back up because why would they? And it feels like it's like I'm in an ocean. Like I can't reach anything. But
Yeah.
my husband one time, because I had my keys with me and he was getting ready to drive my car. But because I had my keys with my settings, as soon as he turned the car on, I thought it was going to fold him up because it starts moving the seat forward and
Yeah.
up and bring it. And he is just like getting all this, he's getting scrunched up and and I was laughing so hard. And he's like, it is not funny. I'm like, oh, it is from over here. Like, this is freaking hilarious. He's like, how would you like it? I said, oh, I wouldn't. But you weren't watching. I was. Now put it where you want it. Okay, now that we've got all that out of the way, we can move on to what we're really here for, is our trial.
Gabby over there kneecapping people.
Well, never mind. Mafia's not.
Yeah. Never
not real.
mind.
Anywho, our Wayback Machine is not going super way back today. It is only going back to 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a short trial. Provided that we have no more hiccups, it's not going to take us that long to get through. But you never know. Life is fun. Anyway, so this is a trial out of Iowa. We don't get a lot of trials out of there. Okay.
I
Al
can't
Capone
with
Jr.
Flash Man.
From the car to the boat. That's right.
Yeah.
Short trial must be cut and dry. I don't know. So this is Iowa versus Michelle Boat. Crime happened in 2020. She is accused of unaliving her estranged husband's girlfriend in her vehicle. She was in her truck.
Vehicle.
Looks like that she was sitting in the parking lot of her apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
And eyewitnesses told officers they heard someone yell, "He don't belong to you," before fleeing the scene in a gray four-door Cadillac. And then it tracked the vehicle to Michelle Boat, who had previously been issued a no-contact order regarding her estranged husband. And I'm not sure. I think it's Mondabough. I'm not sure how to say the victim's last name.
Don't ask me because I tried to pronounce it today in front of Caleb and he was laughing at me.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. So we are going to watch opening statements, which are short and sweet. And then we're going to do 3 witnesses. I will warn you now, and then I will warn you again, and then I will mute myself. That when we get to the third witness, it is body cam, and they do show the victim. There is nothing gory or anything like that. And anytime it goes to that kind of a angle of her, it does not show that. So, and I will warn you again. Yeah, in a minute. Yeah, I don't know what they're barking at. I could tell you what I think they're not barking at, which is, speaking of Walmart and the great time I had with them, they had to ship my milk bones for my dogs, so those didn't get here until Saturday. Well, then they say they've been delivered, but I don't have any milk bones. So there's a picture of them being delivered. I'm like, not my house.
Yeah.
But I was looking, I'm like, I don't know whose house that is. So I was looking at it really close, and I believe it's the neighbors to the front, to the front and to the right of me. I don't know them. They keep to themselves. The only thing they don't keep to themselves is their dogs. And they could have just like put my milk bones in my mailbox because it would have been like 2 driveways down for them. But I'm pretty sure they kept them.
Oh, that's nice of them.
So I'm like, whatever. Hope your dogs enjoy the milk bones, jerks.
Quick question. Is this courtroom in
A church? I don't know.
I mean, is this guy the pastor? What is happening?
I don't know. I did not get my tire fixed at Walmart. I got my tire fixed at the tire store. I got my groceries at Walmart.
Can't you get your groceries at Menards?
I could get some, but you know one thing Menards doesn't have? Eggs. I don't need eggs right now because I got a bunch of fresh ones. But
so you could have gone to
I don't
Menards
eggs.
and you chose not to go to Menards when you have
Yeah.
a Menards and other people don't have a Menards, but you could have went.
Well, I went to Menards yesterday before I went to get my car.
Lucky.
It
What'd you
doubles as a
get?
game show set. Nothing because I didn't have what we needed.
Hmm.
So I went home. So I will tell you this, even though this is in 2021 and it's the COVID-19 time, there's the plexiglass, but nobody testifies with a mask on because you can't ever hear them when they do.
Mm.
And that was one thing that I did not see. So that'll work. But this plexiglass, nothing can travel around it, I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
It was so silly.
they should. You know what? Remember all those the phone booths that they had with the glass? They should have just saved those and popped them in certain places. Because this whole thing is just craziness.
Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Is it bouncing off this and then hitting him in the forehead?
I have no
What is-
idea.
I
I
don't
have
know.
no idea. I do like stained glass windows, but those were weird for a courtroom. I will
It
agree.
is. But it is really cool looking though.
Yeah. All right. Here we go with opening statements. Finally.
Ooh.
I hope. Who knows if it's going to work.
Your Honor, may it please the court.
Go ahead, Mr. Bowl.
Mr. Anderson, Ms. Eimerman, Ms. Boat. Scorned, obsessed, seething. It's May 18th, 2020, and a woman by the name of Tracy Mondabough maneuvers a pickup truck through the drive-thru at the Burger King in Pella, Iowa. She's picking up an evening meal for herself and her boyfriend, a man named Nick Boat. The truck Tracy is driving is Nick's truck. Tracy doesn't know it, but as she squeezes that pickup truck through the narrow drive-through lane, Tracy's being watched. Some might even say hunted. Nearby, her hunter watches through the window of a Cadillac. Her hunter is scorned, obsessed, and seething. And her hunter is prepared, armed, and angry. Very angry. Oblivious, Tracy places her order and drives forward. And when the cashier hands her her food in that brown paper bag, little does she know that will be her very last meal. Tracy leaves Burger King and heads toward Nick's workplace. It's at Vermeer on the northeast side of Pella. As Tracy pulls into that parking lot, she's unaware that she's been followed. And she's unaware that as she parks, the Cadillac has pulled into a parking spot just mere yards behind her. Nick trots out of the truck, or trots out of work and hops into the truck. Their relationship is still new. It's only about 9 weeks old. And so they're still really excited to see each other. So they've tried to spend as much time as they possibly can together, even if it means just spending time at each other's workplace during a break. They're excited to spend time together. It's nothing glamorous, though, if you think about it. It's fast food in a cab of a pickup truck in a parking lot. It wasn't glamorous, but it was special to them. Technically, Nick is still married, but he and his wife are separated. Nick has moved out of the house, and he's moved on with his life. Nick's wife, on the other hand, has not. Not by a long shot, not even close. We'll learn that Nick recalls that Tracy oftentimes wore a fairly distinctive necklace. Some might call it a choker. And we'll also learn that while Nick and Tracy downed their food, the woman behind the Cadillac was Nick's ex-wife. The woman seated in that chair right there, the defendant, Michelle Boat. We'll learn that after they have a short 20 or 25 minute dinner break, Nick hops out of the truck and goes back to work. And Tracy starts the drive home. And we'll learn the Cadillac follows. For Tracy, the drive home isn't all that far, just a few minutes. So it's not long before Tracy pulls in to her driveway and turns off her truck. But before Tracy can undo her seatbelt, this defendant is on her. Being scorned, obsessed, and seething has led to this moment. The defendant is armed with a knife and is wearing latex gloves. She stabs at Tracy. Tracy tries to fight back, pulling the defendant's hair and trying to defend herself. But she's unarmed. She's unaware the attack was coming, and she was restrained by a seatbelt. In the end, Tracy Mondabough never stood a chance. We'll see that Tracy has defensive wounds to her hands, but despite her efforts, one of the stab wounds slices into and stops Tracy's heart. Nearby, we'll learn that one neighbor hears someone saying something like, "He's mine. You can't have him." Another neighbor sees someone covered in blood walking away from the truck. The evidence in this case will not leave any doubt as to who that someone was, or that someone had been scorned, obsessed, and seething since the day Nick moved out. We'll learn that this defendant even went so far as to have a calendar in her kitchen that counted up the days he had been gone. Of course, when the police converge on the scene, they don't know that history. And although the police were there virtually immediately, their response time was just long enough for this defendant behind her Cadillac, the wheel of her Cadillac, to speed away. The responding officers, as you might expect, are focused on trying to save the life of the bloody, limp woman still in the seatbelt. They try heroically to save her life, but the damage was just too much. The stab wound just too deep, too well placed. We'll learn Tracy Mondabough's heart beat for the last time in the blood-soaked cab of Nick's truck. Once police switched their focus from trying to save the victim to trying to find the suspect, the available evidence quickly points towards the defendant's home. The truck is registered to Nick Boat, formerly of that address, and one of the witnesses states that the person who sped away from the scene was driving a Cadillac. Well, Cadillac is also registered to the defendant's address. So police converge on the defendant's home. It's a small house, but when the police knock, The defendant doesn't answer. The Cadillac is there, so they believe someone's home. In fact, the brakes are still warm. So they knock, and they wait. And they knock, and they wait. We'll learn they knocked for almost 5 minutes before this defendant answered the door. And when she did, she was in a robe, freshly showered. Police will later request and be granted a search warrant for the defendant's home. And they will find one, and only one, set of clothing in the washer, just as freshly laundered and clean as the defendant's body when she answered the door. So police will find no blood evidence on the defendant, or on the clothing for that matter. And I want to be clear, law enforcement never found what it is the defendant did with the knife after she stabbed Tracy. But the evidence that she couldn't hide will tell a different story. We'll have an opportunity to watch together the security footage of the defendant's Cadillac watching Tracy as she goes through the Burger King drive-thru. Additional security at rear mirror will show her Cadillac creeping into a parking spot. And then when she realized she was too close, she actually even backed up a little bit. We'll watch that when Tracy left, so did the defendant. Back in the cab of the pickup truck, police recovered lots of blood evidence. But it's all Tracy's blood. So that really doesn't further the investigation all that much. But there was other evidence around the truck. Evidence that stood out. We'll learn that there was a fingertip torn from a blue latex glove, suggesting the killer planned far enough in advance to obtain, bring with, and put on rubber gloves during the attack. This was no spur of the moment murder. This was planned out. In addition, we'll learn that when Tracy fought back, she grabbed the defendant's hair. Hair that law enforcement found in her hand. Hair that the crime team recovered, hair that the forensic scientists tested, and hair with DNA that matches this defendant. And just how hard the struggle wasn't apparently known. So police sought and obtained permission to photograph the defendant, looking for injuries. In the early morning hours after the attack, the only visible injuries to Michelle Boat were minor and superficial. 36 hours later, she had bruises from her wrist all the way down to her elbow. Another source of evidence, almost as helpful as the evidence left at the crime scene, was the evidence both inside and outside the defendant's Cadillac. First, remember the distinctive necklace that Nick said Tracy often wore? Well, when law enforcement searches the defendant's vehicle, attached to the windshield wiper is a black choker necklace. Also, inside the Cadillac, trace amounts of blood are found on the Cadillac's steering wheel. And on the outside of the vehicle, near the mirror, there's also blood found. Both the blood inside and outside of the caddy is tested, and it's Tracy Mondabough's blood. And finally, while the police couldn't recover blood from the defendant or her freshly washed clothes, that's not to say that there wasn't any evidence in her home. Police found something hidden in a toilet tank, a toilet right next to the shower. Inside that toilet tank, they found a towel. Inside that towel, they found a blue latex glove. More precisely, a blue latex glove with one of its fingertips missing. A couple more thoughts and then I'll sit down. It's important to remember that just because you took an oath to be a juror doesn't mean you checked your common sense at that door. Each and every one of you will bring your own life experiences to this jury. You will have to decide which evidence you trust. You will have to decide which witnesses you believe. And at the conclusion of this case, and based on the evidence, we will stand before you and ask that you return a verdict finding the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree. As the facts will support it, the law will compel it, and justice will demand it. Because by then, we will have all learned that Michelle Boat was so scorned, so obsessed, and so seething that on May 18th, 2020, in Marion County, Iowa, she hunted, she gloved up, and she plunged a knife into Tracy Mondabough's heart, murdering her. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bowl. We'll turn to the defense now. Ms. Eimerman, is the defense intending to make an opening statement at this time?
We do, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Thank you. On May 18th, 2020, Tracy Mondabough was stabbed. One of those stabs, ladies and gentlemen, was right around here. And it's that stab that nicked her heart and killed her. Now, I told you yesterday that there would be no big Perry Mason moment in this trial. That we don't have a lot of those in real life. Unlike in the TV show, there aren't typically any big dramatic reveals or unexpected twists. The kind of thing that we as viewers come to expect, and we want that, and we wait for it, and sure enough, in the end, we're rewarded. But the thing is, in here, this isn't a movie. It's not TV. What's happening in here is a real life tragedy. But I'm going to tell you right now, standing right here, before you have heard any evidence in this case, I will stand here and I will tell you that Michelle Boat is responsible. Michelle Boat is the one who had the knife on May 18th, and Michelle Boat is the one that stabbed her. Now, the only thing even remotely Perry Mason-like about that, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that I'm standing here right now, 20 minutes into this trial, and I'm telling you that. But it's important that you know this isn't a whodunit. It's not a whodunit. The police got the right person. But we can't just look at May 18th. We have to go back. We have to go back, in fact, 69 days. 69 days before May 18th. A day when Michelle Boat came home from work and she realized that her husband of 20 years was gone. 69 days before May 18th, 2020, when Michelle Boat realized that the home that they shared, the small house they had together at 135 Prairie Street, 69 days before he walked out the door of their home. 69 days before, when Michelle's life fell apart. She wasn't scorned, ladies and gentlemen, but she was devastated. She wasn't seething, but she was heartbroken. Her husband was gone. She was suddenly alone in the midst of chaos. Each of you remember back to March of last year, how scary the world was. The fear, the chaos, the isolation that we all felt in the early days of the pandemic. That's where Michelle was 69 days before May 18th. So that's the backdrop. That's the context, that's the big picture of what happened 69 days before. And now that I've told you what I've told you, it would be fair for you to be sitting there thinking, well, then why am I here? What are we here for? Michelle's lawyer is already standing in front of us, telling us that she did it. So the answer that you'll have to come up with in this case isn't who did it, but it's what she did. It's what happened on May 18th, 2020. What it is. Now, the state says that what she did was first-degree murder. That's the charge that the state has brought. That's the charge that Mr. Bull stood in front of you just a little bit ago and read out loud. Murder in the first degree. We talked a long time yesterday about how it is the state's burden to prove, if it can, the charge that they've made against Michelle. And it is the state's burden alone. We have nothing to prove to you. It is the state's burden. It is an extraordinarily high burden. It is the highest burden that we have in our system. And in order to meet that extraordinarily high burden, the state is going to have to rule out all logical possibilities of reasonable doubt. And we talked a little bit about that yesterday when we talked about that incident back in the 1980s. Those Tylenol capsules, some of them were poison. And we talked about that. And I may not have talked with each one of you individually about it, but all of you said, no matter how many pills you put in that Tylenol bottle, even one pill is reasonable doubt. Because reasonable doubt isn't about weight, it's about logic. It's not about weight, it's about logic. And what that means is, maybe the state presents $100,000 capsules of evidence in this case. But if there's one capsule of reasonable doubt, that's reasonable doubt. It was the state that asked you in jury selection if you thought that people should be held responsible for their actions. Every single one of you said yes. Yes, people should be held responsible for their actions. Ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Bowe should be held responsible for her actions. And at the end of the evidence, at the end of this trial, we will stand in front of you again and we will ask you to hold her responsible. We will ask you to make her account for what happened on May 18th, 2020. But the state will not have met its burden to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that what happened on May 18th, 2020 was first-degree murder. It was not. The evidence will not support that. But we will stand in front of you and ask that you hold her accountable. But only for what the evidence supports, ladies and gentlemen. And that is not first-degree murder. Instead, it is manslaughter. Thank you.
So that's why. So she's admitting, yep, she did the crime. But could you just find her guilty of manslaughter instead?
Well, that's
Hang
nice
on
of
one
them.
sec. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have two witnesses getting ready to take the stand.
That attorney sounded pretty nice, you know.
I don't know what that was, and I don't want to make fun of her. It was just driving me crazy.
What?
Or not Puddletown. Sorry, Puddletown. Flashman, you have to interact with the dog. If your dog's sitting it, you can't leave it in the cage for a week.
Who is this
No.
sunshine of the world here? Look at her face. She just looks so happy.
She's like, I'm from Iowa and I'm happy. One of the witnesses.
Nice.
So, see what she has to say.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Kuiper, could you please state and spell your name for the record?
Julie Kuiper, Julie Kuiper.
Ms. Kuiper, are you able to hear me okay?
I am.
Ms. Kuiper, I'd like to direct your attention to May 18th of 2020. Can you tell the jury where you were living at that time?
Yes, 21 Glenwood Street, Pella, Iowa.
I'd like to focus on the evening hours of May 18th, 2020. Could you tell the jury what you were doing approximately 8 p.m. on May 18th, 2020?
Yes, I had just laid my son down for bed and gone out onto my back deck.
Your Honor, I'd ask permission to publish to the jury what's been admitted as State's Exhibit 4.
Permission granted.
Ms. Kuiper, are you able to see State's Exhibit 4 on your screen?
I am.
Could you describe to the jury what that picture depicts?
That is a picture of my back deck.
That's the deck you just described you were sitting on approximately 8 p.m. on May 18th?
Yes.
Could you describe to the jury which direction you would have been facing as you look at that picture?
Yes, I was facing, would be the left of this picture.
Your Honor, I would ask to remove State's Exhibit 4
Go ahead.
and publish State's Exhibit 5.
Go ahead.
Julie, you should have State's Exhibit 5 on your screen. Could you please explain to the jury what this picture shows?
Yes, that is the top of the stairs of my deck where I was sitting.
Does this picture fairly and accurately depict what would have been your view as you sat on your deck that evening?
Yes.
At some point, did you hear something that drew your attention?
Yes. I heard a commotion and a struggle going on in a vehicle.
Okay, could you describe where you saw this vehicle or what the vehicle looked like?
It was a maroon Ford pickup, and it was directly in front of me.
Ms. Kuiper, here in a second, I'm going to give you the ability to move the mouse that's placed in front of you. There's a cursor, and there will be a red dot on your screen. If you could please place the cursor on the area where you saw the red pickup truck.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I'd like to make sure that our jurors can see that in the other monitors that are shaking their head in the affirmative. Go ahead, Mr. Harmon.
Right about there.
So that where the red dot is on the screen is where the red pickup was positioned as you were sitting on your deck.
That's correct.
Your Honor, for the record, I would indicate that she has placed the red dot just above the grassy area dividing two parking lots and just to the left of the wooden staircase directly in front of Ms. Kuiper's view.
The record will so reflect.
Ms. Kuiper, could you describe to the jury how the truck was positioned? That is, which way was it facing?
Yes, the front of the truck was facing the building, the apartment complex.
So you would agree with me that the truck was facing to the right as we look at this photo?
That's correct.
And just so I'm understanding correctly, the passenger side of the vehicle would have been closest to you?
That's correct.
Did you see any other vehicles near the red pickup?
Yes, I saw a silver gray four-door Cadillac parked at an diagonal or an angle behind the pickup.
How close in proximity was the Cadillac behind the red pickup?
I would say close to 3 or 4 feet.
I want to take you back to what you were observing at this time. Your Honor, we can take down State's Exhibit 5 at this point.
Go ahead.
Ms. Kuiper, you started to describe what you were hearing as you sat on your deck. Could you please describe to the jury in further detail what you saw and heard?
I heard a horn honk, and I could see 2 people, one person in the driver's seat of the truck and another person on the outside of the driver's door of the truck fighting. The person on the outside of the truck, I could see their what I thought was punching into the truck, and I could see the person that was in the driver's seat of the truck's upper torso coming over into the passenger seat of the truck, and it went back and forth. So every time there was like a punch, or I could see the upper torso coming over to the passenger side of the truck and then coming back up and then back down, up and down.
Just to make sure I understand you correctly, you described one person in the vehicle itself, is that right?
Correct.
And which seat was that person in, if you can tell?
In the driver's seat.
And just so the jury understands, where was the person outside of the truck positioned?
They were outside, on the outside of the truck with the driver's door was closed, and standing on the running board of the driver's side of the truck.
And I believe that you said that the person on the outside of the truck was entering the truck. Do I understand that right?
That's correct. I saw the hand, the upper part of the body coming in to the truck towards the person in the driver's seat.
What, if anything, could you hear at this time?
I could hear what sounded like somebody's like feet trying to push away or kick away from the inside of the truck, like a scuffling of feet, like kind of like a squeaking of shoes on the inside. Best way I can describe the sound.
What happened next? Let me ask a better question. Ms. Kuiper, at any point did you observe the driver's side door open?
I did. I did not see the correction. I did not see the driver's door open, but when I looked up, the driver's door was open, and the person that was on the outside of the truck was, I could hear stuff hitting the cement, like they were looking for something or pulling stuff out of the floor bed of the truck, because I could hear stuff hitting the cement.
What are you doing at this moment?
Trying to decide if I needed to call the police.
At some point, did you see either of the people that you described earlier move away from the vehicle?
I did. I saw the person that had been standing on the outside of the truck come to behind the truck, and I saw them take their hand and push their hair up off of their forehead, and their hair stood up with blood, and then their face was all bloody.
Your Honor, just so the record is complete, the witness used her right hand to gesture towards her forehead and swiped upwards.
All right, the court will note that that's indeed what the witness did.
Ms. Kuiper, you described blood. Could you describe to the jury where you saw blood?
I saw blood all over the face of this person.
Can you describe this person to the jury, please?
They had hair, not quite shoulder length, and standing at a very wide stature, like almost like a Hulk or like a sumo wrestler, kind of a beefed up stance.
Could you tell if this person was male or female?
My impression was female.
You were describing her stance. Could you give any more detail to the jury about her body posture?
Just looked very hulked up, very arms kind of just in a very like a sumo wrestler, like you would think of, or like Hulk, kind of like just, you know.
Did you observe this person do anything with her hands?
I did. I saw their hand come up and saw something and heard something hit the cement. Just throw something down and hit the cement because I heard it bounce, or I heard it, I heard the noise that whatever was thrown hit the cement.
Were you able to observe the person who had been on the inside of the truck, what they were doing at this point?
They were not moving.
Could you describe what you saw to the jury, please?
There was just no movement. There was no movement. It was still inside the truck.
Still seated inside the truck?
Still, like I just couldn't see anything. I mean, I could see the truck, but I couldn't see any movement from it. Whoever was in the vehicle.
What did you do next?
Once I saw the blood, I slowly stood up, trying not to draw attention to myself, to get inside with my son, and so that I could call the police. So I slowly walked to my patio door and opened the door, and I called the police.
Did you observe the person you described earlier, the woman standing behind the truck, leave?
I did not look back outside. I stayed inside with my son because I didn't know what I was seeing.
Did you then call the police department?
I did.
Your Honor, I'd ask permission to play what's been admitted as State's Exhibit 3, please.
Go ahead, Mr. Harmon.
Your Honor, I believe we're ready to go.
Just one moment here. All right, go ahead, Mr. Harmon.
Police Department. Yeah, I live over at 21 Glenwood. There's over in the sixplex next to me. I just went outside the desk to smoke a cigarette, and it looked like a scuffle between a couple. Well, when I saw her get out of the truck, her face is just all bloody. I'm sorry, what was your address? Yeah, my address is 21 Glenwood. I live right next to that Matt, the new officer that just next door to me. It's in the sixplex. Like, my heart's beating when I saw how much blood was on her face. Do you have any idea what apartment she might have went in? No, she looks like she just got in the car and left. But the vehicle that they were in and where you're going to get blood, you're going to be in the right in the sixplex. Well, it's not my house though. Male and female on the scuffle. I think female is completely blood and face. And so in the back, in our driveway, okay. My heart's racing. This person has a maroon colored truck. And I don't know what they were fighting over. There was, the horn was honking, and I was trying to mind my own business till I saw her. Is the maroon truck still there? The maroon truck is still there, but the other vehicle was like a four-door, or looked like a Cadillac almost. And it looks like that woman got in the car and left. But female may have left and possibly a Cadillac. Should have been the maroon truck is still in the back. Oh yeah. Which is that's the vehicle that the female was in. When I thought it was just, I don't know. I didn't think it was anything until I just want this place cleaned up around here. Sure. But you don't hear any yelling or anything right now? Well, I came in to call you guys. I'm not going to stand out there not knowing the situation. I can go out there until someone comes. It takes one step having to be in a domestic, really violent. What is your name? Julie Kuiper. show. 7363, I hear state police cars can't stop. Yeah, it's a cream or light colored off-white moment where I have to turn right here and light up very colored, maybe it looks like a Cadillac, but to be honest, I'm here alone with my 5-year-old son. So I'm not about to try to cause problems. Are they at the right road pickup? Yes, that is the correct one. If you look in the truck, there should be blood. I mean, as hard as he was hitting that person, there's got to be blood.
Should the driver see some kind of blood in that vehicle?
She probably stopped right where he kept throwing stuff out of the truck right behind him. All over the cement. Maybe they were hitting cement.
Okay.
I'm really glad I have a place to live
Okay, Julie, I gotta let you go, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right, bye-bye.
That's all the questions that I have for you, Ms. Kuiper. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Cross-examination, Mr. Anderson?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Good morning, Ms. Kuiper.
Good morning.
You had discussed this individual outside the truck. As I stepped to the back of the truck, you could see them in a stance, is that right?
Correct.
And you said they kind of look bulked up or like the Hulk.
That's correct.
And when you say the Hulk, is that because you're implying like they were in some type of rage or anger, state of anger that you could tell?
I don't know. I just know that it's just the stance. It just seemed very puffed up, like.
And you mentioned an object, something had been in their hand. Could you see what was in the hand?
No.
And you said they threw it down. How would you describe how they threw it down?
With force, just kind of threw it down. I can just show it with my hand, but I don't know how to describe that.
And for the record, you're showing emotion with your arm,
Yes.
moving your hand down in a quick motion towards the ground, is that right?
Correct.
And could you interpret that, or did you interpret that as throwing it away in anger or disgust?
To be honest, once I saw the blood, I was in shock, and I knew I needed to get in to call the police. So I don't know how to interpret that, honestly.
But would you describe as being done quickly and with force?
Yes.
And you were shown State's Exhibit 5, which showed your vantage point from your deck, is that right?
That's correct.
Was it as light out as it was in that photo at the time you saw this?
Yes, it was.
And when you witnessed this and you went inside, and as we could hear on the 911 call, you initially thought this could be a domestic situation between a man and a woman, is that right?
That's correct.
The noises you described, the scuffling noises, do you describe those as coming from inside the truck, or you don't know?
In my mind, it sounded like feet, like on the inside of the truck. Like if you were to be, like if you ever tried to reach something on the other side of the vehicle, you know, like you're kicking your feet on the inside of the, but I could not, I guess, distinguish if it was from inside or outside.
Would it have been could it have been a sound similar to, say there's small pieces of gravel or, you know, old concrete on the ground and someone's feet are sliding on that?
No.
And when you heard these sounds, were you able to associate them with any particular motion, like the movements of either person, that they're happening in sync with that?
The torso of the person inside the driver's truck coming to the passenger side of the truck.
Is it possible that the noise could have been the back of the individual moving across a seat, or the middle console, the armrest?
I guess that's possible. I don't know how to describe a sound. That's hard.
Was it high pitched? Was it a squeak type sound?
Yes.
Did it also have a rougher, like a scraping sound with the squeak?
No.
And when you described the horn going off, could you see how the horn was being set off?
No.
Was the horn going off at any point where you could tell that the individual that had been outside the truck was inside the truck?
It all happened so fast, I honestly can't tell you if it was I can't tell you for sure.
And you were inside your home at the point the Cadillac would have left the parking lot, is that right?
Correct.
And so you weren't able to see the manner in which, the speed at which that car left the parking lot?
Correct.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect, Mr. Harmon.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kuiper. You're free to go.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Harmon.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Rumber, could you please state and spell your name for the record?
Daniel Ray Rumberg, DanielRayRumburg.
Mr. Rumberg, are you able to hear me okay?
Yes.
Where do you live, Mr. Rumberg?
101 Glenwood, number 5, Pella, Iowa.
Where do you work?
Vermeer Manufacturing.
How long have you worked there?
Together, collectively 12 years.
Mr. Rumberg, I want to focus your attention on May 18th of 2020. Were you living at the address you stated earlier, that is 101 Glenwood Street, on May 18th of 2020?
Yes.
I want to direct your attention to the evening hours of that day. Around 8 p.m., do you recall what you were doing at that time?
Relaxing in the living room, watching television.
Were you with anyone else?
My wife was asleep on the couch.
At some point, did something catch your attention?
I heard noises in the back and the drive, horns honking, raising a ruckus.
Did you do anything in response to that noise?
After a period of time, yes, I went to the kitchen window, looked out and see what was going on because it wasn't letting up much.
If you could, please, could you describe the honking, if you can, to the jury?
Very annoying. It was constant, and for a period of time it would be steady and then it would just be inconsistent, sporadic, and then it quieted down for a little bit, so I went back and sat down.
Well, I think you stated earlier you walked to your kitchen window. Did I hear you correctly?
Yes.
Take me from that point. What did you see when you looked out your kitchen window?
I saw the truck that the neighbor owned downstairs. I assumed it was his, and another vehicle next to it, a gray sedan.
Okay, let me take you through this. You said that you saw a red truck. Does your view out of your window, does that overlook a parking lot?
A little, yeah. Yes, it does.
And you said you saw a red truck that you believed to be a neighbor's. What do you know which neighbor's truck it was, or that you believed it was?
It looked like the neighbor Nick Boat's truck that he drives.
And what led you to believe that it was Nick Boat's truck?
It's where he always parked.
You indicated that you saw another vehicle. Could you describe that vehicle to the jury, please?
As much as I could see of it, it was right next to the truck. It was a gray sedan, fairly good size, full-size car. It had a moonroof and a sticker on the windshield. About all I could see of the car.
What kind of sticker did it have on the windshield?
I couldn't see it really well from the kitchen. I had to go out on the porch to see it.
Okay, we'll get to that. If you can you describe to the jury how the Cadillac sedan was positioned, or the sedan was positioned next to the truck?
Our sixplex apartments are side by side, and there is only room for one vehicle in each drive. A single car garage underneath the kitchen, and the patio goes over the top of them from the deck. The silver sedan was in actually my drive, right next to the pickup truck.
Was it behind the pickup truck?
No, it was right beside, side by side, on the driver's side.
How close? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Facing forward.
The sedan was facing forward or towards you?
Yes.
Which direction was the truck facing?
Same.
And if you can, tell me, was it close in proximity? Was it far away? Can you give the jury some kind of idea?
Right underneath me to the left, if I was to step out on the deck.
Now, Mr. Rumberg, what did you do after you looked out the kitchen window? What happened next?
I went back, and by then my wife was awake, and I explained to her what I saw. And then she said, just give it.
Mr. Rumberg.
Sustained.
Mr. Rumberg, if you can, please, we're just interested in your thoughts and what you're doing, okay? So after you have gone back to the living room, what do you do next?
I explained to my wife what I saw, and after I told her what I'd said, she asked me to wait and calm down. It might quiet down after a bit, and it did for a spell. Not for very long, though. It kicked back up again, only worse.
What did you do next, Mr. Rumberg?
And I'd had enough, and I stepped out on the door to our deck is in the kitchen, beside the kitchen window. I stepped out on the deck, looked down to see what was going on.
Mr. Rumberg, I'd like to show you what's been admitted as State's Exhibit 7. Can you see State's Exhibit 7 on the screen in front of you?
Yes.
And could you describe to the jury what that photo depicts?
The view I'm looking at looks to be Nick Boat's truck facing his apartment garage.
Could you explain to the jury if you see your apartment in this photo?
Yes, it would be the one with the light on.
So you just explained that you had walked out on your deck. Is the door next to the light the door you would have exited?
Yes.
Is the position of the truck in this photo similar to that you described earlier?
Yes.
I'd next like to show you what's been admitted as State's Exhibit 8. I'm sorry, State's Exhibit 6. Mr. Rumberg, do you recognize this photo?
Very much looks like my rotting deck.
Is this consistent with the view that you would have had that evening?
Till you get to the banister, yes.
Explain that to me.
This would be away from the banister. If you used to step forward, you could look over a little bit.
And is that what you were doing that evening?
Yes, the banister is approximately 4 feet high, and I'm 6. So I would be looking a little bit above that and over.
So I want you to describe to the jury what it is that you saw and heard as you walked out onto your deck that evening.
I could hear women's voices, pretty much like an argument would sound like. I observed one person from the vehicle, I'm assuming that was next to the truck, leaning over in the cab of the other lady that was in the cab of the truck. I could only see from roughly the chest down to the waist and pant leg area. The heads would be covered by the hood of the truck.
I just want to make sure I understand you correctly. So where are the people positioned, in the truck or next to the truck?
Oh, they were inside the cab in the driver's seat, both of them.
Was one person sitting or one person standing, or could you explain that to the jury?
One person was appeared to be sitting in the driver's seat as they would be if they were driving. The other person was sprawled over the top of the person sitting in the seat.
You stated you thought there was an argument. What led you to believe that?
Their voices sounded as they were fighting over something. I couldn't make out a lot of it. I only heard one phrase over a couple of times.
Mr. Rumberg, could you tell the jury the phrase that you heard that evening?
Objection, hearsay.
State wish to be heard.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is an excited utterance, first of all. It is also a then existing mental or emotional physical condition. It's described in the declarant's then state of mind. Mr. Rumberg has described that this is going on during an altercation. It's at the time of the altercation.
I'm not sure who the declarant is, though. Can you lay foundation for that, and then I'll rule on the objection? I'm not sure who you're asking the witness to describe as the speaker or declarant.
Mr. Rumberg, could you tell the direction of the voices?
Voices were coming from the cab of the truck.
Could you hear voices for anywhere else?
No.
Mr. Harmon, I might beat you to it. I'm going to overrule the objection because the statement appears to be either a present sense impression or an excited utterance or a statement by a party opponent, so the objection's overruled. Now let's go back to the question. Do you want to ask again?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Rumberg, you described earlier you heard a particular statement that evening. Could you describe that statement to the jury?
The statement sounded as they were saying, he doesn't belong to you, he's mine, he doesn't belong to you, several times. That was the most I could make of anything.
Mr. Rumberg, what did you do next?
I turned around and went back inside, deciding that I did not want to get involved in two girls' fight over whatever the fight was about.
Thank you, Mr. Rumberg. No further questions.
Cross-examination, Mr. Anderson?
No questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Rumberg, thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Don't forget your mask if you set it aside.
That's pretty sad. I'm not saying like go get involved because he could have gotten hurt or worse, but her truck, all that was happening, right? Like he could have just looked over his railing and saw what was happening and called the police a lot sooner. It may have still been too late. I don't know where her wounds were. I do understand. I understand not getting involved to a point because, you know, him walking down there probably would not have ended well for him. This woman was clearly on the rampage here. But at least go in and make a call. The other woman she at least called, but she was still slow to call. And I don't know how long it ultimately took the police to get there. And again, I don't know where her wounds were, so it could have been something they couldn't have saved her anyway. I don't know. But it's just sad. I think he feels either he was nervous, which probably, or he feels bad because he knows now what the end result was. That I forgot to say my name, change my name, was that that woman lost her life over a guy, I guess.
This is the witness that you need viewer discretion advised.
This one coming up, yep. I just noticed I didn't change my name.
Well, there's your ticker.
Thank you.
Candalicious. You know, it was funny.
Good for me.
When I came into StreamYard, it said, type your viewer name. And I was like, why isn't it there? But I had to get rid of, like, the cookies on the internet thing. So it made me redo all my stuff in StreamYard. And I was like, wait, so what was my name? I forgot I had to do the cookie thing. I was like, what the fuck was my name? And I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, you were Bubblicious.
Bubblicious. I was like, clearly the internet did not like that name.
And, you know, Flashman didn't even notice. I'm sad.
That is funny.
So, yes.
That's pretty funny. I didn't notice. I didn't even look, to be honest with you.
I'll change it in a second.
Yeah. You should never change it. You should change it to hashtag worse than Dan.
I should. It could be Flashman, but it didn't really sound like it. Because the first woman, she did kind of what I would have done. Stood up slowly to not draw attention to yourself, to kind of, you know, scope out the situation. And then if you saw, okay, this is going bad and south, go inside and make, you know, her son was inside. Go inside, lock the doors, call the police. But don't just sit there and watch. This guy ignored everything. He heard the horn. Like, that poor woman in that truck, she's trapped. She's in her seatbelt. And it's like she's probably not intentionally maybe hitting the horn all the time, but she may have been at first to try to get somebody's attention. And it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like car alarms anymore. Does anybody pay attention to them anymore? They just go off all the time. You hear it, you're just like, whatever.
Well, I'm used to Mr. Gabby bringing whole tattoo machines. So there's a constant buzz in the next room that I just don't hear anymore. So we live across the street, car laws across the street. Beep, 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 beep.
Exactly. You don't listen to that.
Yeah, you just don't hear it. You hear it all the time.
Oh, the first one said something like, this place needs to be cleaned up. I didn't hear that. Well, she was talking so slowly. I'm kind of like, I think whoever, and zoned out. I know she was trying to be careful, but I'm like, complete your sentence within, less than 5 minutes, please. Yes, that's the buzz, Gabby. That's what Snap says.
Yep.
Oh, that's what she said on the 911 call. You could hear it better than me. Yeah, I knew she was walking right into that one.
Well,
I let her walk.
All right. Well, fine. I opened that door.
Sorry.
I opened that door. I walked right through it. My bad, everybody. Good Lord.
Okay, so this witness isn't very long. It's about 13 minutes. It's his body cam. Once he gets through all his training experience and all that stuff, they do show the victim. It is not gory. It's not bloody. We don't need to, like Ash said.
Right, but for the people who are...
it is the victim.
But for the people who are in replay crew, look at the bottom ticker. We've warned you here, okay?
Yes.
Just so you know, you've been warned.
They have.
Proceed.
I was like, okay. I didn't realize that was a period. Alrighty then.
Period. Okay.
Period. All right, here we go.
Good morning, officer.
Good morning.
Would you please state your first and last name and spell both for the record?
Yes, Cody Roos, Kodyroos.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a full-time patrol officer for the Pella Police Department.
Can you tell us how long you've been with the Pella Police Department?
I've been there just over 2 years.
What is your educational background?
I graduated with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Dordt College in 2013.
And what are your professional experiences?
While I was at Dordt, I joined the Iowa Air National Guard, and I've been in for about 10 years now. Shortly after leaving Dordt, I started full-time employment at the Prairie Meadows Casino as a security officer. I left there to go work as a detention officer at the Polk County Jail. I spent almost 5 years doing that, and I left there to be a police officer in Pella.
Can you explain to us, once you're hired by the Pella Police Department, what specialized training do you receive?
I went to the academy and graduated from that in 2019.
And when you say academy, just so we're all using the same language, the Iowa Law Enforcement Academy.
Correct, the Iowa Law Enforcement Academy.
So were you on duty in the evening, on the evening of May 18, 2020?
Yes.
What were you doing?
I was on patrol.
What does that mean?
I was driving around town looking for traffic violations and waiting for calls to respond to.
Did you receive a call that you had to respond to?
Yes.
What was the address of where you were going?
It was on Glenwood Street.
And in what city is that located?
In Pella.
And in what county is it located?
Marion County.
Where were you when you received the call that you needed to head to Glenwood?
I was traveling south on Main Street and right about in front of the fire department of the police station.
How far is the distance from where you were to 101 Glenwood?
Approximately 5 to 7 minute drive.
When you head to 101 Glenwood, what information do you initially know?
That there was a potential domestic and that one party may have left in potentially a Cadillac.
Did you receive all information at once, or did it come in over time?
There was a couple different transmissions from the dispatch.
What vehicle were you looking for as you went to 101 Glenwood from near the fire police station?
I was looking for a Cadillac, potentially light in color.
Did you observe a vehicle matching that description?
No.
And before we go much further, on May 18, 2020, did the Pella Police Department utilize body cameras?
Yes.
Was your body camera operating on May 18, 2020?
Yes.
You're under permission to publish 8?
You may.
Call Starman ambulance. We have someone that's laying in the back of, in a car seat of pickup. Doesn't look like they're responding. Lots of blood. Bleeding from the hand. Really large open wound. Ma'am, are you awake? Hello?
Ambulance, you might want to request it behind 21 line for suspect in the back of the vehicle. Not responding. Options fire. 25 GM. Officers not seeing anything they found the suspect in the back of the vehicle. Believe it's going to be a truck not responsive. 2025 PM.
She got a big old cut on her hand. Right hand. Go to the first side. I don't think so. Negative health.
Not breathing. Not breathing.
10-4, not breathing. 73 with a male or female? Female.
Telling you, this is going to be 1033 call, 1033. Officer breathing, not breathing. 20.
Officer, were you the first member of law enforcement or emergency response that responded to 101 Glenwood that evening?
Yes.
We see another officer arrive. Who is that?
That was Officer Brad Vincent.
Now, officer, when you respond to a scene like this, what's going through your mind?
Well, dispatch can only relay the information that they have. So for me responding to a scene, I understand that I don't know what's happened and what's happening. When I got there, my first priority is safety for myself and anybody else that might be responding, and then also assess the situation to see what happened, what's going on, to know what I'm walking up to. If I run too fast, it's hard for me to be able to render aid potentially if I slip and fall, if there's a loose gravel or whatever. So my goal is to get there, assess the situation, and then also be able to call in, as you witnessed or watched, the ambulance, because I could tell it was a medical emergency and they're more trained to respond to that than I am.
Now, we saw you sprint back to your vehicle and move it as one of the first things you did. Why did you do that?
I did that because the driveway was narrow and I wanted the ambulance to be able to get as close to the scene as possible and not have my vehicle be in the way.
Do you know necessarily where the ambulance is coming from?
I did not know which direction they would respond, but I assumed it would probably be from the same direction I did.
Officer, we see you stop and put on rubber gloves. Why do you do that?
I put those on to protect myself from bodily fluids. Gloves are designed to keep myself safe, so that's why I put them on.
And we also saw Officer Vincent do it as well when he was responding.
Yes, sir.
So is that a standard operating procedure?
Yes, sir.
And we saw that the gloves were purple.
Yes.
Do Pella officers wear purple gloves?
At the time, yes.
And where did you get them from?
We would get them from the back of the ambulance when we were on medical calls. They had boxes of purple gloves, and we would refill our stash on our person. That way we always had enough. So they were from the ambulance.
So whether or not you were police or whether or not you're an ambulance emergency response, Pella wears purple in May of 2020.
Correct.
Sir, we also see you at some point, well, let me take a step back for a moment. The video cut off.
Yes.
If we had continued to watch the video, what would we have seen?
You would have seen myself and Officer Vincent move to remove the individual from the vehicle. Her hand was actually behind the driver's seat and she was buckled, so her buckle had to be removed, and we had to, I had to go in and take the hand from behind the driver's seat and then assist her to the ground so that way we could perform CPR.
Now you used the word buckle, just to clarify, do you mean seatbelt?
Seatbelt, yes, sir.
So when you arrived, she was seatbelted in?
Correct.
What would have happened after you placed her on the ground? What did happen? Excuse me.
Yes, sir. What happened was Officer Vincent started chest compressions, and I attached the AED. So Officer Vincent actually first cut open her clothes in order to expose her chest, and that allowed myself to be able to apply the pads for the AED to her chest, and then he started chest compressions while I did rescue breaths.
And so, if we had continued to watch this video, we would have seen Ms. Mondabough exposed as her shirt and her bra had been cut open.
Correct.
You use the term AED.
Correct.
Do you know off the top of your head what the acronym means?
It's an automated external defibrillator.
And is that the device you had in your hands?
Correct, yes.
And how long does one in law enforcement do chest compressions for?
Until someone of higher authority takes over, which in this case was EMS, or the ambulance.
At some point were resuscitation efforts stopped?
Yes.
How does that happen in Pella, Iowa?
The ambulance crew calls to the hospital, and the hospital doctor on staff, they give the information of what they have, what they're seeing, and the doctor makes the call of whether or not to transport and continue. And it was decided to stop at that point.
Sir, did you remain on the scene even after resuscitation efforts were ended?
Yes.
What time did your tour of duty start that morning, or that day, excuse me?
7 p.m.
And how long did you return on the scene for?
I was on the scene until approximately 3 a.m.
At some point, were you relieved temporarily?
Yes.
And did you return back?
Yes.
When you returned back to the scene, after you took your 3 a.m. break, had anything changed?
Yes, the body had been removed and was no longer where it had been left from CPR.
Sir, did you do anything else in this case?
Yes, I did.
And what was that?
Some that night, and then in shifts following, I looked in the surrounding areas, the wooded area behind, and some other locations for any weapon that might have been used and any other potential evidence that I could find.
Sir, did you find a weapon?
No.
To the best of your knowledge, did anyone from the Pella Police Department find a weapon?
No.
Your Honor, pass the witness.
Cross-examination?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. Officer Roos, thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Stop it. That was quick. I told you. It would be quick. All right. So he wasn't reaching for socks in his, or gloves in his sock. I thought it looked like an ankle monitor at first. He also did not wear an ankle monitor. He had a pouch on top of what Snipe said. I went back and looked. It was definitely a pouch on the top of his boots that were not in his sock.
Okay.
The pouch was not in his sock.
I mean,
because that would be
good
gross.
Lord. I thought that was like, I was like, did I just see that right? What is happening? I haven't done the pot enough for this conversation. Yeah, no, seriously though. Like, that was crazy.
Wait. Did she not take it with her? I was so focused on those freaking gloves in his sock.
Seriously though, like that was I've never seen that on a police body cam before, ever, of the policeman reaching down to a pouch. Like usually their kits are in their trunk, you know?
Yeah, I thought he was getting a weapon from his ankle where that would not be abnormal for him to have one. Not gloves.
Yeah, that was just very strange. Where's this from? Where's this trial from?
Iowa.
Yeah, that explains a lot because, good Lord, that did not happen over here.
I must have completely zoned out on that first witness after a couple seconds because I don't remember. I'll have to go back and listen to her testimony.
No, she did say that. She did
so
say
slow.
She did say the attorney asked them how she threw it down, and they did say she threw it down forcefully. I remember that word specifically, forcefully.
Well, so then I'm curious. Was it in the when he ran up to the scene? Hang on, I'm trying to. I know there's no sound on this. I'm just seeing when he goes around the truck. If she threw it down, that's
Is
not
she
it.
there?
No, the woman, the defendant's gone.
Okay, I was gonna say
That's the woman in the truck.
This is okay. This is the female in the truck. That's
Yeah.
deceased?
She kind of. I thought it was a dude at first.
I did too, actually.
Ah, dang it. Of course.
Ah, okay.
All
Thank
right.
You, Thank you, YouTube.
Actually, this isn't YouTube's fault. Seriously, you won't let me clean pause it here?
Rude.
Okay. I think that's the best as I'm going to get. Let me...
There's a pocketbook on the ground there. That's a bag, right?
Yeah, so there's her purse. There's... Looks like a phone. I don't know what these things are.
Or maybe like a vape device or something.
True, because they can be big.
Yeah, they can. There's another thing by the foot, kind of underneath. Yeah, that kind of looks like the phone, and maybe the white thing is like a vape or something. Then there's another white thing closer to the edge of the video.
Those don't look, I don't see. Let me take my cursor off of there so maybe that bottom line will go away. I'm not seeing anything that looks, because I was thinking maybe over here, but I don't think so. I think it's just
like an edged weapon. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't see anything that looks sharp.
No. Nope.
As it went like completely under her truck. Sorry, I can't.
It could have. Is that what they're saying happened? It went underneath?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't see anything there that looks like a edged weapon. Although there's a nut. Well, by the tire, that looks like maybe like an oil droplet or a
Yeah.
rain droplet or whatever. Then there's another black thing next to the square black thing. I don't know what that is.
I'm
But
not on. I'm not seeing.
it's
I don't see it. But
no, I don't either.
so the first lady made it sound like she threw something down. She never said it was a knife for sure. I'm thinking they didn't find it, which raises the question as to why they are only arguing for manslaughter and not for a not guilty.
Mm.
So one thing I forgot to tell you, the defendant does testify in this. So
She's claiming self-defense.
I don't, maybe crime of passion. I'm not sure. Don't feel bad. AJ, I zoned out on the first witness too. It was hard not to.
That's true.
I mean, she was crying. She was upset. So I understood all that. Thanks, Rue. She agrees. That was a pretty clean parking area. So odd they didn't find it. Yeah. Maybe it was the purse that she threw down. I don't know. That's what she said. That's what guys wish she said.
Oh my god. That makes kind of sense though. So like they were saying like she threw it down forcefully. It had to have been her purse because that's the only noticeable thing, item that's there. There's no sharp object that I can see with my eye right now in this image.
Mm-mm.
That's visibly saying like, oh, that's a blunt object,
And I don't know what her route home was like if she could have thrown it out the window somewhere.
Right.
If she did pick it back up and take it with her. Also, I'm not going to go back to the cab of the truck. I didn't see, it's that woman that testified first made it sound like the cab, like she could see blood in the all over the cab of the truck. I didn't see it. I didn't see that. I didn't see any.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. You're right. She did make it sound like it was a horror movie massacre,
Yeah. And I didn't see enough that she could have even, I think Puddletown called it the something about Mary, hair gel style with it. Make her hair stand up when she rubbed her forehead and got blood in her hair. I'm not saying that didn't happen. I don't know. It's just the steering wheel was covered.
I didn't see it.
Okay. I must have just been looking at the body.
Well,
I wasn't looking
but then
around
again,
the rest of the car.
I didn't see the pouch on the cop's ankle either. So I thought he got his gloves from his socks. I was like, they're contaminated now. Your sweaty dang ankle is going to be all over that DNA specimen there.
I seriously thought it was an ankle monitor. I'm like, how are you working for the police department with an ankle monitor on?
No, legit though. Like he bent down, he started turning something. I was like, what the heck is happening here? What is he tightening?
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, why is he getting his weapon? Why is he getting a weapon out from there? Like,
did you need an Allen wrench? What is happening right now? Are we building something? Are you part cyborg? Like,
yeah, I just like, I don't know. I understood why he moved his car. I understood everything else after I was trying to just sit there and be like, what did you just do? Like,
yeah. Weird. I don't know. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that was interesting. I have not ever seen that. And because most of them have so many pouches like on the sides of their pants or whatever.
Right.
That they have them in one of their side pockets. I mean, obviously Carmen's not on the road, which is great and fine by me. Hats off to the ones that are. But I don't want my daughter out there. But I mean, anytime that when she lived at home and worked here at the jail, I would wash her clothes. And I mean, my gosh, it was like, take a handful of gloves out of this pocket, and then a handful of gloves out of this pocket. And then whatever her other things that she had, that it's like, did I find all the pockets? Probably not. I'll find it in the dryer because it will
But
clink around if I don't find it.
but you didn't find any gloves in her socks, right?
I did never found any gloves in her socks, and or a pouch that would go around her ankle over her boot. I never found that. I never saw that either.
That's such a weird thing. Whenever you see something like a body cam, you see the cop going into their trunk, getting their first aid kit and all that stuff, and then
or their
running,
pocket just to get their gloves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't know what he was coming up to, so he went up first, moved his car, got his gloves, and then we don't really see anything. We the other officers there, they've obviously edited it down because I doubt his testimony was less than 13 minutes.
Right.
Although the defense didn't cross-examine, so maybe. I mean, I wasn't mad when you could clearly catch their editing on the on the state opening. I wasn't upset, but yeah, if they aren't clean now, they will be after. What is Miss? Each place has different supplies or items, and people are gross. Working in an ER opens your eyes. Yup. Let alone the people out there in the people's natural habitat. Imagine what Carmen sees, because the ER is kind of like second jail sometimes.
I hear what Carmen sees, and constantly, basically, I hear what she sees, and
yeah,
you don't want to hear it, and she tells it in detail,
Oh, she does.
In Carmen fashion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yep. I'm not sad that I don't have to wash her work clothes right anymore. I'd always like put them into the laundry pretty much by themselves and then wash.
Well, can you imagine
scrub my hands?
Can you imagine having to wash her clothes after Spork Day?
No. Nope. Nope. Most of the time I didn't want to. I was like, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know what happened. Like, ugh. Don't tell me. I saw that. Oh yes, that's the one where she's, of course, has the string in her mouth. Any cords, anything like that, she's gonna have to. She wants them. Like,
oh, but she's like, P.S. Check the new pic. It's adorable.
I would put the wash on and sit crying in the shower.
Yeah. Sitting in fetal position underneath the water dripping over your face. You're like, help me.
Why did I have to touch those again? Clean me, water. Lots of stiff socks in prisons. Yeah, I was I wasn't educated about stiff socks. I was just educated about don't pick them up.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, gross. Of course. And Carmen's like, you wouldn't believe how many people I've had to stop. Don't touch that. Why not? 'Cause she's told me I don't remember right now. And I probably because I've erased it from my mind because I don't want to remember the other places that she's told me that they store that kind of fluid.
Yeah.
I'm like, like,
giving backdoor energy. All right. Back deck energy. That's all I got to say.
She is adorable. Don't plug your phone in around her because I don't care what she's doing. She will hone in on the cord, not the phone, the cord.
She's so cute, though.
There's definitely smeared blood. I will look at those, Snipe. Thank you.
Yeah, I gotta go back too.
So I was gonna look because I don't want to It wouldn't be the first dumb thing I've said, and it wouldn't be the last dumb thing I've said. But I have to see something real quick.
Ash says, I worked as a housekeeper in a hotel. I have stories about socks, sheets, and bathtub full of ...
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Snipe
Is
Hunter
she
says,
part
no, Ash.
Yeah, gross. No, I just had to see if I was right that Pella windows and doors are they made in Iowa? Are they made in Pella, Iowa?
Are they?
Well, it says Pella Corporation is a leader in designing, testing, manufacturing, and installing quality windows and doors for new construction, remodeling, and replacement. And it's in Pella, Iowa. Huh. It's closed now. That's what it says. Closed right now.
Well.
Opens up at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Also,
Well.
Dennis T is not happy. Neither is Paul S. 1-star reviews.
Love it.
Wow.
What's the 1-star review say? We could make a whole stream out of that, I'm sure.
Paul's
1-star reviews.
Paul says, worst company ever. Worst customer service in the nation. Do not deal with these people because they hate you. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Because they hate you.
They hate you. All caps. Especially in customer service. Marissa will take your money.
Oh, hell no, Marissa.
Don't give Marissa your money. Jeez.
Oh, my Lord. Marissa. What is your problem, Marissa? Good Lord.
Oh, my gosh.
We all get a call there tomorrow when they open and be like, can I talk to Marissa?
He's in Utah. Will you write a
Who
review
is?
for them? Paul. He's in Provo,
Paul.
Utah.
Dang
And
it,
Pella
Grandma.
responded. Wow, he does not look like the kind of guy that would have wrote this kind of review.
Grandma's daughter's name is Marissa.
Oh, that's true.
Ash said that. Ash says, dang it, Grandma, you didn't raise your daughter better.
Yeah, he so they said, hi, Paul.
Acceptable greeting. Okay. Hi, Paul.
What you described does not reflect our expectations for our customer support experience. We'd be happy to look further into this further and see if we can help. Could you please send your name, contact info, order number to social media, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if Paul did or not. That was 3 years ago.
Whoever said that was a complete psychopath. That must have been Marissa who answered that.
Yeah. Hi, Paul.
She's typing it and she's seething. I'm just typing, hi, Paul.
Yeah.
She's like rage typing.
Dang it. That's so funny. Dang it, girl. I'm over here thinking, Marissa. How do I know Marissa? Oh, that Marissa. Not that Marissa. I'm sure.
It's not
Grandma's that. Marissa. It's not Grandma's Marissa.
I love Grandma's Marissa because Grandma's Marissa says that Grandma's salty, which is so hilarious. So I sent Grandma a bunch of like, I'm salty t-shirts. Like,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
All right, you guys. Well, I know I wasn't here yesterday, but I won't be here tomorrow. I'll be back on Thursday. We will.
She is. She is sassy.
Well, she should be. Long-term care facilities and hotels. I don't want to hear your stories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already like grossed out in hotels as it is because I know, you know what goes on.
Yep. Don't bring a black light because you will not sleep. You pay for the room, but you sleep in your car.
Okay, so Thursday we'll have, I'm not even going to say, I am not saying what the first witness's name is. He's a lieutenant.
You say it, and you say it now.
Because, all right. His last name is Cox.
Oh, heck yeah.
I did not want to say that. C-O-X. C-O-X.
Yeah.
Then
Like
we get, yes. You guys made me say that. Then we get the defendant's ex-husband, Mr. Nicholas Boat.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is not the comment that I thought you were going to come back with.
Oh, God. Say it, don't spray
it. All right. And then we get another lieutenant, but I can't say his last name. It's Ash. Maybe you. Bigaouette. Seems French.
Seems. I don't know what the heck AJ just spelled, so you have to know what it means, Ash. You people in other countries are way smarter than us. So.
Lieutenant Dan. We'll just go with that.
Lieutenant Dan. Ice cream. Ice cream.
Yeah. Ash is like, I'm not answering that. It was stupid.
Ash is like, dun 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 dun.
Yeah, that's a
sounds like a nightmare.
It's pronounced boogie. We'll go with that.
Thank you, Flashman. That's awesome. Ash can't breathe.
There
right
she
now.
is.
Yeah,
she
can't breathe right now.
She's like, I don't know. It's a bigaouette.
Ash is like, yeah, like I speak for all French people.
Yeah, like I just see. That's what I said. A bigaouette. Or maybe
see,
it's
I told
not.
you. I told
Hey, what's up, Katie? How you been?
I told you, Ash. She can't breathe.
She's. You heard what I said, Heidel.
Big O wet. Big O wet. It's big and it's O et. It's wet.
Is it like bigaouette? No idea.
Is it bigaouette? Big O wet? That's what he said.
Oh, I don't know. We'll find out on Thursday.
I guess so, because it's going to be really hilarious to hear. What's his state? Iowa. Iowa lawyers saying that name in court, because that's going to be really interesting.
Take the rose. No. Yeah, Iowa. More corn there than here, just for so y'all know.
Big O wet cocks.
I'm not saying, I wasn't going to remind you that was the first witness I said. The first witness is that, and the last witness is the other, is that. Big O wet.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Well, now it'd be about time for Nidow to come in, y'all.
I know, right? Y'all. Dang it, Mama Wow. Why have that power?
Okay, I'm composed. All right. Now tell us your secret. Tell us how to say that.
Tell us how to pronounce it, Ash. We're looking to
What
you.
word? Okay.
Spell it.
Biggest dickus.
Biggest dickus.
Okay. Ready, Ash? Oh, yeah. Bigaouette.
Hold on. Bigaouette.
U
Yeah.
E
E.
T T E. Are you just making me say TT over and
No,
over?
I'm putting it in chat. I'm putting it in chat so you can see it visually.
Bingo, what's his name?
Pretty much.
He has a wife, you know.
Bigowetta? Bigowetti?
Big
Bigowetti.
goat.
Big goat's wet. Big goat's wetty. Yes, bingo.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, see? She's
Huh?
she's like,
that's not French?
That's not French. That's Iowan.
Maybe I spelled it wrong.
Yeah, where
That's
were
possible.
you spelling it from? Where were you saying that?
I wrote it down.
No, but
I
like,
wrote
did
it.
you just make it up and then I was just typing in what you made up?
I
Or
did
did you read it from somewhere?
Well, just because I read it from somewhere doesn't mean that I got it right.
No, correct. But at least you read it from somewhere and you didn't just tell me off the cuff how to spell it. Okay.
Now I gotta find it.
Ash is like baguette.
Kind of, but Bigao.
Maybe it's like bigot. Maybe it's a Q. What? Snipe. Okay, Snipe. What is the Q in that spelling?
Oh,
what
instead of a G?
Okay, so Bigquet.
Bequet. Bequet.
Bequet.
Okay. It always, when I have it, oh, there it is.
A line. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
Nope, I was right. Bigao.
Oh, okay. Bigao.
Uette.
Yeah, okay, so biscuit?
Biscuit. Just don't sit in it. That's right. All right.
And if
well,
you
that's,
do that, you're up. Just saying.
That's on Thursday. So hope you guys can wait that long to see how it is pronounced.
Whoa. I can't just reach down into my ankle pouch to pull Thursday's video out. So I have no choice but to wait, but I will wait. And
wait, what did you say?
I don't know.
What
Flashman said beefy.
Wait, Haley said that was meant to say AJ.
What was meant to say AJ?
I don't know. Because I was looking at.
No, you spelled it right, Ash. Oh, because she said you spelled it right, Ash.
AJ.
Yeah.
Got it.
AJ.
Beefy. That might be a France thing.
Yeah.
Husband says he thinks it's a city name. You mean instead of like a country name? Like us country bumpkins out here?
Oh, like a city in France or something?
In France?
Like a...
I don't know.
France likes to add
superfluous letters to things, especially vowels. So it's not an actual word. It's a city name and a last name.
Nice.
So his parents just like, that sounds great.
In Quebec. Ash said in Quebec.
Ah, well look. Found it. It is pronounced as Bigowet.
Nice. French Canadian surname.
Hey, at least I got the French part right.
Googled it. Yeah, Ash just Googled it. Nice.
I think if that was my last name and I would have shortened it back in the days when you could just do that, you know. I just want to be big. My last name is Big.
Yeah, you know,
that's just what it is today.
I mean, come on, you live in the United States. You can't be having your name be all weird like that. You just shorten it down, even shorter. Just be your last name is B. You know?
Just B. Well, no, I don't want that. I don't want to be Mrs. B. They'd be like, that's
Mrs. B.
true. Some days you are a B. That's what people would tell me. Yes, his parents bought too many vowels in Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's Big O-et. Big O-et.
Cox,
Biggie.
Big O-wet. Cox Big O-wet.
Why couldn't they be normal and name him Valentine?
Yeah, why couldn't they be normal? I don't know, and name him
Smith.
Rich or Bob
Yeah.
or Jim.
A lot of Americans have French names but say it odd. Oh, yes, we have to put our spin on it.
Like what? Michael?
I don't know.
Like, is Michael a French name and we're saying Michael wrong? Like, what is happening?
I don't know.
Louis? How
Well,
else would you say Louis?
unless you live in Louisville, which is not, it's spelled Louis, but that's not pronounced Louis. If you don't go to Louisville, you go to Louisville.
Well, I get that. I mean, that's, I understand that, but what names are we saying wrong that?
Oh, so it's Louis. Isn't that Sandra Bullock, I don't know, son's name?
Louis?
Louis, but it's spelled
Guy? Did I say that wrong? Guy?
I know a guy named Guy, and we just call him Guy. Is he like called like
Guy?
Shy?
Kater? Don't tell me that Guy, you pronounce Guy as Kater or
Cartier.
Cartier. Get out of here. That's not real.
Cartier?
Cartier isn't said like Cartier, or Guy isn't said like Guy, or are you saying Guy is pronounced Cartier? I'm so confused.
I don't know. I have no idea. All right. Well, I do know this. I'm gonna go.
All right, me too. I can't with this.
I can't because I. How do you say Yvonne or Yvette? That's how I say it.
Hey, Hadel comes in. I'm still lurking.
I'm still lurking.
LOL.
Behave.
Yeah. Convenient for you.
Or don't.
Right now. Just kidding. Patrick
Behave.
Roy in French. What's that? Patrick Roy. Yeah. How do you say that in French?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know what's happening. All right. Anywho.
Oh, by the way,
Thursday.
For all of you that were at the members only, thank you so much. I forgot to say that at the beginning. I do appreciate it. That was once we got over our giggliness, we did.
Yeah.
It was good. It was fun. It was educational. And I look forward to doing it again. I think she does as well. If I think I can do it without getting in trouble, without making it a members only, I may try that and I see what happens. I mean,
yeah.
If they take me down, they take me down, I guess.
I don't think that they will if you make it members only 18 plus.
Well, if I make it 18 plus, I don't know if I can. I don't know. You click an 18 plus on that, it kind of changes those rules. It changes some rules. So, I'm not sure about Dazzler, but I would like for more people to be able to participate if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So,
but also,
I don't know.
I talked to Carmen a little bit about it, and maybe next time we can make it more known that she's coming on, and I can gather questions beforehand from you guys so we can have a list going of questions, like pre-made questions for her.
Yeah, I think it does change your channel as a whole. Yeah. If you click 18 plus, it
Even if
changes
it's
stuff.
members only?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I would think that your channel in general was 18 plus because it's adult. It's an adult channel, right?
All I have to click is this made for kids? No, because if it is made, as you know, on Grandma's, if it is made for kids, that changes the rules. So I just click no, it's not made for kids. But I don't have to say like it's for 18 plus. So Flashman, I'm okay with you not watching that one. You would have, I would have been uncomfortable.
No, I feel like Flashman would have had a blast.
Maybe. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine.
He would have had a good time.
It's fine that you didn't. Yeah. No, I wanted to bring her on and give her a chance to, I don't know. She does really well.
Yeah. I thought it went really well. It wasn't what I was expecting.
I didn't know what to expect. So, but she does a really good job about, hey, we're getting off track. Come back over here. Where I'm just like, hey, we're getting off track. Let's keep going.
Right. I wasn't expecting it to be like super clinical, like very serious and clinical, and that's what it was. And I thought it was actually really good and kind of like refreshing, and like I thought it was good.
Gillet or Gillis?
Her husband's name is Gillis.
The stuff y'all say here, there's nothing you can say that surprises me.
I mean, sometimes Flashman, you surprise us. So
yes, you do.
We're an open book, but you never know what you're gonna say.
Nope, and it's hilarious, and I love it.
Same.
All right, guys. So be back Thursday for part two. Part two. Close-ish. All right. Well, that's about as good as I can do. His nickname is Gillis.
That's it. Gillis is Mr. Ash.
Oh. Got it. Deuce. All right. That's it.
All right.
Say
bye.
Good. See you guys.
Hot mannequin love is kinda uncanny. Click, like, subscribe, ooh, piece of candy. Looking for my spotlight, chasing my vibe. Still looking for my credibility online. Ooh, hot mannequin love, candy on the floor, don't pick it up. Chasing all the clicks, chasing all the views. Credibility's hiding, but I'm bringing you the news. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go. Hot mannequin love, candy on the floor, don't pick it up. Looking for my credit, but I'll take your time.